Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. First and foremost, just a quick apology. I think some of you were due to join us on our webinar last Monday, but unfortunately Zoom had a bit of an issue. Their servers went down for a good couple of hours, and unfortunately we were unable to run that. So apologies if you were due to join us on that one and you found out quite quickly you weren't able to join us. But hopefully we're going to go through everything this morning with everyone. We're just waiting, just a couple more people just sort of entering the room. I know we're sort of 1 or 2 minutes over. We'll just literally give that just a few more seconds there, and we should be getting started. I think everyone's just joining the room now. Lovely. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Lovely. Okay, so I think we'll get started. Perfect. So, just a quick question there. Yes, bear with me 2 seconds. Could I just get a couple of messages just to make sure everyone can hear me okay? It's coming through that my microphone is at full volume, but if everyone can just double check they can sort of hear me okay. The lady that asked a question, Francesca, so it might seem a silly thing, but if you could just make sure your speakers are turned up nice and loud, just in the bottom right-hand corner of your desktop machine there, just to ensure you can hear me okay. Because my microphone is actually at full volume. I think if I was to turn it up any more, if possible, I think I might blow people's speakers. Lovely. Thank you very much. That's great. Thank you. Lovely. I could move a little bit closer to me. Perfect. Great stuff. Thank you. Great stuff. I don't want sort of any too much background noise. So I move the microphone a little bit closer, but just keep me posted as we go throughout. Lovely. Excellent stuff. Perfect. So let's get started. Nice one for this morning. Hope everyone had a nice bank holiday as well. Lovely. So first things first, the duration of this webinar is going to be approximately 30 minutes. Okay, it's a nice one to sort of get our head rounds for this Tuesday morning. Of course, we've kind of already been through this, but my microphone is switched on. Everyone else has automatically been muted. And of course, please ensure your speakers are turned up nice and loud just so you can hear me. Okay. And questions will be taken either via the Q&A or the chat box. Now, we'll most likely have a Q&A session towards the end, so it enables us to get through everything that we sort of need to get through. Perfect. So what are cancellation fees in shortcuts? So cancellation fees is launching soon, okay? And it provides you with the opportunity to charge guests who cancel at the last minute, or of course, who don't show up for their appointments. Now, we know how frustrating this is, but of course, ultimately, it's lost revenue to the business. And sort of coming out the other side of COVID, we really now more than ever can't afford to have cancellations, no-shows, and lost revenue when that appointment probably would have been snapped up by, of course, another client. So this fully configurable feature is easy to set up and gives you the flexibility to choose exactly when and how cancellation fees are charged. So you do have full control over it. So who is it for? Okay, so you can collect a guest's credit card details for any appointment that was made in person. So that's them coming into the salon, making it face-to-face, over the phone, the cloud appointment book, online booking, my local salon, or via the mobile guest app, okay, or my salon app, that kind of thing, by clicking the send card request button on the appointment touch tip. Okay, so we all know when we've got an appointment booked into our appointment book, whether it's Fusion, whether it's Cloud, we've got that touch tip. You know, when we click onto it, in case you didn't know what it was called, it's the box that appears when you tap onto the appointment or click onto the appointment. It's the box that appears down the center bottom. Okay, that is called the touch tip. And this will send an SMS and an email to the guest requesting their payment details and authorization. Okay, so it's all done via the touch tip. Now, of course, we are going to have a live demonstration. We're going to go through the slides just to give you a bit of a head start, just to give you a bit of a foot in the right direction, and then we're going to jump into sort of a 5 or 10 minute live demo. So here's how we do it. So firstly, we are going to need to ensure we have a Stripe account set up, okay? If you don't, you can simply do it via stripe.com, okay? And that's just literally the website just there, www.stripe.com, okay? Nice and easy to do. You'll just need your business banking details. Unfortunately, a member of staff at Shortcuts cannot help you do this due to GDPR, okay, because there will be sensitive information. But you just go onto Stripe and it's basically a payment provider. Okay, now if you're already using upfront payments, okay, within Shortcuts, which is basically kind of as the name suggests, you take a payment from the client when they make the appointment online or straight away, okay? Then you do not need to set up another Stripe account. You can use the same Stripe account if you wish to use it for cancellation payments, okay? So you do not need to set up another one. Okay, then once we've got ourselves a nice Stripe account set up, what we're going to need to do is go to our online console. Now, our online console is just a website, okay? And it's console.shortcutssoftware.com, okay? And we can see that there. So we're going to go to our online console and it's console.shortcutssoftware.com. And then we're going to click the third square down on the left-hand side, and that is called Site Settings. And then once you've clicked onto Site Settings, we are going to scroll down to Payment Provider. Okay, and then simply click the blue button where it says Connect Stripe. And this is what it looks like just here. So we're going to scroll down to Payment Provider in our Site Settings, and we're going to click onto Connect Stripe. And that's where we're going to connect our Stripe account that we did in our previous slide. So our Stripe account is all nice and set up, nice and easy. It should take you 5 or 10 minutes to get that started. So once we've done that, we need to set up your cancellation fees, which are basically, the rules of your terms and conditions, okay? So what we need to do is we need to configure our cancellation fees in Shortcuts Fusion. And Shortcuts Fusion is the name of your main shortcut system, and it's very, very quick and simple to do. So on the right-hand side of our navigation bar, we are going to click the Setup button, which is just here on the far right-hand side. And then just underneath that, we're going to click the little spanner where it says configuration. Okay, and we can see that on the slide as well. We're going to click the configuration button. And then once we've clicked onto that, over onto the left-hand side, you will see a button where it says general. Now, it's typically found in the bottom left-hand corner. Once you've clicked onto general, we are going to click onto the appointment book tile, okay, which is usually in the center middle on the left-hand side. Now, once we've clicked onto appointment book, you will see there is a tab. There's 3 tabs along the top, and we are looking for the second tab where it says cancellation fees. Okay, so the second tab, cancellation fees. And once we've clicked onto that, we're going to simply fill out all of our rules, okay, for our cancellation fees. Now, it's probably a little bit difficult to see here on my screenshot, but don't worry, we're going to do a live demonstration where I show you exactly how to configure that. But it's nice and easy. It's basically the percentage you want to take, the minimum booking value, the hours, anything like that, okay? So how does it work in Shortcuts? So we've set everything up. We've connected that Stripe account in our site settings, and we've just configured our cancellation fees in our Shortcuts Fusion system. So how does it work? Okay, so when an appointment is made, let's have a look at our appointment here. We can see in Amy's column on my screenshot, we've got a client called Chris, which is of course me. When an appointment is made, under the touch tip, which is this box just here, now, it will automatically appear, but you can also manually bring it to the screen. What we're going to do, we're going to tap onto the appointment, just like normal, and we're going to click the Send Card Request button, okay? You will see that just there, Send Card Request. Now, like I said, you can manually bring this to the screen, or it will automatically pop up the first time you create the appointment. Now, if this client is a particularly good client of yours, they've been visiting you for a long time, they're very regular, and they never no-show or anything like that, you can simply click the button underneath where it says credit card not required, okay? So you don't have to worry about alienating your really, sort of regular clients, that kind of stuff, real good clients that you don't want to maybe offend or upset by sending card request details and them thinking, well, I've been visiting you for 10, 15 years. I've never no-showed. Why do I now need to start paying? Okay. So it's solely at your discretion who you send the card request details. So of course, if you do wish to send card request, you click the button where it says send card request. If not, if they're a particularly good client and they never no-show and you don't want to worry about sending card request, just simply click credit card not required, okay? And you don't need to move any further with that. But we're going to click send card request. This is a new client. I'm going to click send card request. The client will then receive an email and an SMS request. And this is, of course, what it looks like. This is a screenshot of the email. Now, again, I'm going to show you this in a live demonstration as well. This is, of course, what it looks like. And it says, "Hi, client," or "Hi, Chris. Thanks for your booking with Shortcuts Retreat Birmingham. Please review our latest cancellation policy and enter your credit card details to secure your booking." And we can see a little link there, a little hyperlink, and it says, "Click this secure link to continue." And that is simply where you will enter your credit card details. And it's very easy, just long card number, expiry, and sort code on the back. Very, very easy to do. Okay, now it's all handled securely in line with a PCI compliance, okay? And if needs be, we can always talk about that a little bit later on, okay? But it does offer a PCI compliant method, which of course is legal and professional to achieve a very good outcome. So the client has received their email and SMS request. You will notice the appointment has a half moon crescent in orange. This is a visual indicator to you to let you know the card details have been requested but not yet provided, okay? So at this point, they haven't provided their card details, so it just lets you know. Now, of course, if they do provide the card details, it just simply goes back to a normal green color. So there we go. We can see when a client responds to the email and provides their credit card details, you will notice the appointment refers back to a normal green color, okay? And again, we can also see this in the touch tip by clicking onto it. And we can see the card details that's there. Now, of course, for GDPR and PCI compliance, it's only the last 4 digits that are shown. So the whole card number will not be shown. And then we can see when the client request was sent, okay? And we can see that just becomes a normal appointment. So what happens if my client cancels? Okay, now the salon can choose on a case-by-case basis whether or not to charge a cancellation fee. Now, of course, if like I said, maybe there's extenuating circumstances, something major happened and they were just simply unavoidable. They could not make the appointment. And we don't want to be too harsh on this case, okay? So it's a case-by-case scenario. So what we're going to do at the end of each day, once we've cancelled the client, once we've no-showed the client, that kind of stuff, we are going to go to our appointment book, just like normal. And in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see there is a grey button where it says menu. Once we've clicked onto menu, we're going to click where it says cancellations, okay? And it will bring this box up here that we're looking at on this little screenshot. Now, all we need to do is you will see I've got 2 cancellations. So we've got a deleted cancellation. We can see here, we can charge the cancellation. So if we did wish to take the money off of the client because they did no-show, they did cancel, all we're going to do is pop a tick in the charge cancellation, okay? And that basically means we will take the money from the client. If you do not wish to charge the cancellation, like I said, there was extenuating circumstances, and on this occasion, they just literally just couldn't make it. Maybe the car broke down on the way to the appointment. We do not tick the charge cancellation. So you will see here on my lady here, Erin Lewis, I have not ticked the charge cancellation because on this occasion, I'm going to be extra specially kind, and I'm not going to charge a cancellation. Okay. Then once you've done that, all you do is you simply click the process button, and it looks like a little green chain link just here. We just click the process button with the green chain link, and then we click yes to confirm it, and then we click the done button. Now, after all the fees have been charged, simply click the done button, and that is everything sorted. Perfect. So just before we get into the questions, let's have a little look at a live demonstration. So the first thing we need to do is, of course, we need to go to our online console. Now, again, the URL for this is just simply console.shortcutsoftware.com. So we're going to open up our preferred internet browser, and we're going to go to the console, which is console.shortcutsoftware.com. And then we're going to go to the third square down on the left-hand side where it says Site Settings, okay? So we're going to click onto Site Settings. Okay, if you have multiple sites, multiple salons, you can toggle in the right-hand corner. You will have to assign the Stripe account for each individual site. So maybe you have different bank details for each individual site. So you'll have to treat them completely individual. And once we're in site settings, we are going to scroll down to where it says payment provider, just here. And over on the right-hand side, if you haven't already connected a Stripe account, there'll be a blue button here that says Connect Stripe, okay? And you will simply connect your Stripe account just there, okay? So that's all you'll need to do. Now, like I said at the beginning, if you are using upfront payments, you will not need to link your Stripe account again. So if yours looks similar to this, where you've got an account ID just here, you do not need to connect your Stripe. But of course, if this is the first time talking about Stripe and cancellation fees, upfront payments, that kind of good stuff, you will need to set your Stripe account up and connect it here, okay? Perfect. So we have now connected our Stripe account and we can see that just there. So now what we need to do is to configure our cancellation fees within our Shortcuts Fusion system. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our Shortcuts Fusion system, log ourselves in. Perfect. And then over on the right-hand side, what we're going to do is we're going to click the Setup button just here on the right-hand side of our navigation bar. And directly underneath that, we're going to click the Configuration button. Over in the bottom left-hand corner, you will see there is a button where it says General just here. Once we've clicked onto General, we're going to go to the center left-hand side where it says Appointment Book. Once we've clicked onto Appointment Book, we are looking for the 3 tabs along the top of the screen. And we're going to click onto the second one where it says Cancellation Fees. The first thing we're going to do is pop a tick in the box in the top left-hand corner where it says Enable Cancellation Fee. Then we've got some rules. So we've got our minimum booking value. This is a monetary amount, so £1, okay, the minimum booking value. Then underneath, we've got the minimum notice required. And please note, this is in hours, okay? So I've set it to 24 hours, okay? So what this means, the cancellation fee will apply if cancelled within the 24-hour time frame. So if they literally cancel 24 hours or within 24 hours before the appointment is due, they will be charged a cancellation fee. If, of course, they cancel 25, 26, 2 days, 3 days before, they will not be charged a cancellation fee. So underneath, this is where we set up our cancellation fee. Now you can set this up both here, just here. So if cancelled within the minimum notice period, which of course is 24 hours, the percentage of the service, okay? Now, when we're looking at both of these, it will take the greater of the two, okay? So I've set the percentage of the service, which I've set at 5%. Now, of course, because I'm using a test system and I really have inputted some bank details, I don't want to charge myself too much. So I've set the percentage of the service at 5%. But of course, depending on your terms and conditions, your rules, you may wish to send it to 50%, set it to 10%, that kind of stuff. So I've set the percentage of the service value at 5%, which of course is a very small amount, or a minimum amount, okay? Whichever of the greater will be taken. So I've set a minimum amount of £1, okay? That's the service value, £1. So like I said, just purely because I'm using a test system with real bank details, of course, I don't want to take too much money from myself. Now, underneath, you can set yourself a secondary cancellation fee, and this will apply if cancelled outside of the minimum notice period. So basically, if we're saying our minimum notice is 24 hours, okay, so 1 day before, and we've said if they cancel within 24 hours, we're going to charge them 5% or £1, whichever, or a minimum of £1, sorry, depending on which is the greater. But if they cancel outside of the minimum 24 hours, which basically means they will be charged no matter what, okay, because we can't set a date range for that. So if they cancel outside of the 24 hours before, that could be anywhere from 25 hours to 6 months before, okay, because we cannot set a date range for that second cancellation fee. And again, we can do exactly the same. We can set ourselves a percentage of the service or a minimum monetary amount, okay? So that's basically a way to really cement that we are going to take some money from the client. Then, of course, here we have some terms and conditions. So in the event that you cancel your appointment less than 24 hours prior to your appointment time or do not arrive at the salon at the appointment time, then the fee agreed at the time of booking will be forfeited and used to recover costs. Okay, so you may just go through that, have a look, make sure it's completely watertight, make sure you're completely happy. So that is how we set up our cancellation fees. What we're going to do is we're going to click the done button. And it says any changes made may require you to restart the application. Now, I will very much recommend you do that just to ensure everything has been taken into consideration. To restart shortcuts, all we're going to do is click main and we're going to click exit and then next exit. Okay, I'm not going to do it now just to keep the flow of the webinar going nice and easy. But that is how you would restart your shortcut system. Lovely. So let's make an appointment. Now, this is one I made earlier, but let's make another one. So we're going to just make an appointment just like normal. Perfect. So you'll see straight away, I have made the appointment just here and it says send card request. So there's no card on file. So we're going to click the send card request. Now this is the touch tip here, and you can simply bring this up by clicking the appointment. So some of you may recognize it looking just like that. Okay, so just to reiterate. So we click onto credit card details and we can click send card request. Okay, and that will send an email and an SMS, which looks very similar to this. So this is what the client will receive. And all we do is we click this secure link to continue. Okay. So if we click send card request, you will see straight away it goes orange. Now, if they were to fill out all of their card details from the email that they were sent, it will simply go back to this color just here. It goes back to a normal appointment color. So this orange visual indicator here lets you know that the card details are still outstanding. Now, because I'm using a real bank account, I'm not actually going to cancel the appointment so I don't charge myself, but I'm going to show you exactly how it works. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cancel the appointment. Just like normal, we're going to click onto the delete button. And you'll see here it says canceling this appointment will incur a fee of £1, okay? And you would have to put some notes in. Okay, and then you choose one of the reasons just here and just cancel it just like normal. And of course, that would then mean I incur a fee of £1, okay, which I'm not going to do because I really did put my bank details in there. I did it behind the screen there so you couldn't see it, obviously for GDPR purposes, but you would cancel the appointment like normal, okay? Then at the end of the day, we're going to charge those cancellations, okay? We're going to go through all of our no-shows, all of our cancellations, and charge the client. So what we would do, in the bottom right-hand corner, we would click the menu button just here. And you would click the third option down where it says cancellations. Yes, very good question, Sarah. If they cancel by text, yes, still exactly the same. If they're canceling the appointment, yes. So what you would then see is a list of all of your cancellations just here. You're very welcome. So what we would see is a list of all of our cancellations just here, all no-shows, all cancelled appointments. You can set yourself a date range. So maybe you've been away for a couple of days and you're the person completely in charge of this. You can set a date range for whatever you like. Just literally click onto a start date and an end date, just like that. And it will show you all of your cancellations. And you work on it on a case-by-case scenario. So like I said, you know, maybe you think, oh yes, that's a very good client of mine, visited for 10 years, and I remember them saying the car broke down, 20 minutes away, and we're not going to penalize them from that. So literally all you would do is you see you've got a box here where it says charge cancellation. You would literally click onto that box just there where it says charge cancellation and work through each individual one. Now, in theory, you can transfer the money to the accounts. Again, that's being a little bit kinder, a little bit generous. So we said, yes, you have cancelled, and we are going to take the money from you. But instead of actually just losing the money being forfeited, we're going to transfer it to your account. So you can use it later on as a bit like a credit note. So you can still use it, but you just don't get the money back. Okay, so you just work through as a case-by-case scenario. And then when you're happy that you've charged all the cancellations, there is a process button just here. It's a little bit gray shaded out, but what you would do, you'd click the process button. It would say, do you wish to charge all of these cancellations? We would click the yes button, and then we would finalize it by clicking the done button. And that is it. That is how we would charge cancellations. So it's very, very easy to set up. It's probably going to take you 10 to 15 minutes to just get your head around it. But yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic feature. We're launching it very soon. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. If you're using it in conjunction with upfront payments, it's almost a guaranteed way to sort of eliminate no-shows, because you're still going to gain the money from that client. Perfect. Lovely. So just a couple of minutes there under the 30-minute mark. It's been a pleasure speaking to everyone. If you do have any questions, of course, feel free to drop those across now.